Istreem Radio. Together we have the power.
Hello, Mike here from istreem Radio. Many of you will know me under the producer DJ name Worx. Previously, the DJ producer name of Walter Wall, as Sacha mentioned in one of her previous videos. And I have been a raver and misbehaver for many years. I bought my first set of vinyl decks when I was at the tender age of 14. Got into the clubbing, raving scene in Brighton here on the south coast. And then went away travelling for many years and DJ'd all over the world. I got to DJ in New Zealand, in Australia and in Canada. And then came back to the UK, did a bit of other stuff and ended up as a resident DJ for Ministry of Sound and Head Candy for a few years in Egypt. That brought me up to 2010 I came back. The uprising in Egypt happened. I'd been there 3 years working out there, and everybody basically had to leave, and came back to the UK. So after already having quite a bit of a good DJ career behind me, but in other countries all around the world, came back to the UK and had to remake a name for myself, and get everybody to know me back home. And obviously it's not easy to just get out and get gigs straight away. So I got back, and a lady that I'd been dealing with booking DJs while I was in Egypt, from Ideal DJs, she'd started a radio station called Ideal Club World. And I thought I'd have a go at that. I'd never done any radio before. I had done 3 years in Mallorca as an Oggy DJ, and that's not on my bio. But it did give me valuable experience, and it did give me a bit of confidence on the mic. But I'd never done radio before. And when I found the radio, or the radio found me, I was living back at home with my mother. I was actually living in a cabin at the end of her garden. And that's where I did my first radio shows from. 11 years later, I got to the dizzy heights of being my DJ dreams coming true and DJing on the terrace for Elrow in Barcelona. I opened the terrace in 2019. It was the first show of the year. I was the first DJ on the terrace, and I did a good enough job to be invited back and DJ for them again on Christmas Day that year at midnight. Headline set, which was absolutely amazing. So literally over that 10-year period, I went from DJing in my mum's cabin at the end of her garden to the terrace of El Row. And radio was a really, really important part of that, because it really helped me nurture not only myself as an artist and my confidence levels, but it really gave me a way to connect with my fans and talk to them. And also play a little bit of different music to what I was playing in the club, so people got to know a little bit more of my musical history, what I was into. I wasn't just a tech house DJ. They realised that actually I've been DJing for many years and I could DJ everything from disco to techno. You know, play the disco sets when appropriate at the pool parties, play the techno sets at the 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. club nights. But radio was a total new world to me. I had no idea of what it was going to be like, and how beneficial it really was going to be. Being there live every week and being consistent and connecting with those fans that are engaging with you. So not just doing the radio show, but engaging, talking to them, also engaging on social media with them. It really grew my fan base really, really quickly, and not just locally either. We're talking worldwide. And as a DJ, having a worldwide audience, we all want that, right? Because we all want to get booked abroad. So it was a massive, massive help and stepping stone in my DJ career. I went from being DJ wall to wall, which wasn't a name that my manager, now wife, Sacha, was too fond of. But that was actually a props to my pops. I was a young DJ at the time. He used to own a carpet shop called Wall to Wall Carpets. And I said I'd be DJ wall to wall because I always had the dance floor packed wall to wall. It worked for a while, but yeah, it became a bit cheesy in modern times. So I rebranded under the name Worx. And that came from a lot of the music I was making. I was going through my old vinyl collection and digging out those tracks that I really loved from back in the rave days, and then looking into where those guys got their samples from or how they made their sounds, and recreating what they'd created in a more modern way. And that's how kind of Waxworks tracks first started out. Now I can make everything from disco to tech house, and absolutely love it. So the most important things about radio for me has been the connection to people. As I said, I've talked about connecting to your fans, which you can really do as a radio DJ because you're using your voice. And they get to know your personality. They get to know you as a person, not just about your music. So it gives them more depth of knowledge about who you are as an artist. But it also connects you to other artists as well. So, supporting people in and out every week, doing your hashtag now playings and tweeting them and then connecting with you and seeing you supporting their music. It brings them closer into you, and I was supporting some of my favourite artists and some of my favourite labels, and I did that for a good couple of years on my radio show, and then started producing as Worx. And then so when I sent out my music to those labels, they were like, oh, this is this guy who's been supporting our label for the last 2 years, supporting our artists. So, of course, they're going to listen to my music. And they liked it. And they signed it. I've gone on to be signed by labels such as Armada, Viva, Elrow, CR2. And also started my own record label, Shanghai, which ran for a couple of years. And that was supporting up-and-coming artists. Not being all about yourself. Giving back to your community and giving back to the up-and-coming artists is a really, really important thing for me. I love nurturing new talent and finding out about new hot people and going, these guys are good and they can get more exposure, and giving them that exposure. That's been a real blessing to be able to do that for other people. I've had artists on my Shanghai label before they blew up, as they say, such as Ben Sterling, Frankie Wah, Reblock, and all these guys have gone on to do really great things, and it fills me with a bit of pride to know that I was there at the start of their journey supporting them when they needed it. As well as the radio being beneficial to me as an artist, and then being beneficial to the people I was supporting, and talking about that community that builds, it's also given me lifelong friendships. And a wife. We fell in love on the radio, and we ran off to Burning Man and got married in 2014. So we became a couple, and Waxworks became a thing. And we've been together moving forward ever since. And some of the DJs on our first radio station, Ideal Club World, have gone on to be personal friends of ours now, lifelong friends. One of them married us in the desert, one of the DJs, and one of them was our best man. And just staying connected to those people and seeing them as the people that are on the team all connecting with each other, and making lifelong friendships as well. Relationships are a really important thing, and it's not just about romantic relationships. We all need to have those good and positive, healthy relationships with people, like-minded people that are into the same things you're into and into them for the same reasons as you are. And when you connect with people and you resonate and you work together, amazing things can be achieved. So where are we now? istreem Radio is just over a year old. We've rebranded and relaunched during the pandemic, during very hard times. But we're going from being a one-channel station now to being a three-channel station.
istreem Radio. Together we have the power.